So what is up, guys? This is Nick here from Everything Tech, and welcome to what is on my iPhone for the month of September 2016. September. Yes, it's September finally. It's going into the fall season. We got the iPhone 7 coming soon. Down here by the boats. But basically what I'm going to do really quickly in this video is I'm going to show you what is on my iPhone SE. I do this every single month. If you've been noticing, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel for that. But the reason I do these videos is because sometimes there's applications that I might have on my device that you may have on your device, and as a community we can all share these applications to increase our life experience when it comes to our technology. I mean, our technology is an integral part of our lives, and the more you share, the more people care. So if you want to see what's on my iPhone for the month of September 2016, stay tuned. Let's get into that right now. Let's go. Okay, I think we found a spot where we can shoot this what's on my iPhone without any distractions. Hopefully we don't piss off the cicadas though. Check them out. There they are, right there. Hopefully we don't piss them off today. Cicada season. Alright guys, sorry if I grossed you out there with the cicadas, but I just thought that was interesting and wanted to test out the quality of this camera here. But this is the phone I am rocking for the month of September. I did trade my iPhone 5S for the iPhone SE. If you've been watching the channel, you would have recognized that. I am rocking this clear with a black case. If you guys want to know where I got this, just comment down below. I'll try to find the link and provide you with that. But hopping in, you could see that I do keep my stuff very organized, and that is for, you know, the fact that I want to keep the iPhone very much like a tool. So when I open it up, I want to be able to get right to where I need to go, and having it organized is basically like having your shit organized on your bookshelf, helping you out to find what you need to get to. So as you can see, that's my feet. No, we were just right there by the water. I took this picture the other day when I was recharging, you know, got to recharge the battery sometimes, and that's my wallpaper. So, but for my lock screen, I do have this Apple included wallpaper. That's like, it comes with the settings. Just go into settings, wallpapers, you'll find it. So nothing too special there. But I do have a list of folders here. I have weather and days, and in weather and days, I do have Day Sense, which is basically an application where you can go into there and set it to like a goal. So if you got a goal to hit something by 90 days, you could head over in there, set that focus point, and it'll take you, you know, it'll go right in there. So I did something that I'm doing for 90 days, and I say, focus, man, focus on this. So we're gonna focus on that for 90 days. So that's a cool application there. Can help you stay on track with your goals. Right here, I do have the weather app and, you know, calendar. That's basic stuff there. So for Photoshop, in my little Photoshop folder, I keep Photos, which is Apple Photos, Pixlr Express for collage making. Some of the thumbnails you see are made on this Pixlr application. Adobe's Photoshop Lightroom for quick, nice professional editing right on the phone. So you can see if we go on the Autodesk Pixlr, nice collage making right there. Over here in Lightroom, more advanced stuff for your photo taking abilities. So if we go into finances here, this is where I keep my finances. Now, depending on your bank, you are going to have different applications for that. But I do have Chase, PayPal, MB. You might have TCF or PNC or something of that nature. Tax Me for taxing. I just download this new application, Straight Talk. If you got Straight Talk, go ahead and download their app. You know, if you got Verizon, AT&T, they're probably an app to pay your bills and stuff on there. Going into health, I do have Fujicate, which is basically an application where you could scan, you know, foods that you need to find out the healthiness, and there's a whole community in there talking about how healthy a specific food is, which is pretty awesome there. ThinkUp is an affirmations based application where you can tell yourself things like, I am freaking marvelous, I am freaking marvelous, and you know, it just kind of like plays a cool song, and it affirmations, you know, can help you manifest things in your life. So you could be like, I am so freaking awesome. You wake up the next morning, you're awesome, but guess what? You're always awesome. You're not awesome the next morning, you're always awesome. But that can just help you remind yourself when you're feeling down. And Calm is basically an application where it tells you to take a deep breath. You can cycle through these nature things. Look at that one. That one matches. Look at that. Look at that. That matches, doesn't it? Look at that. And you can hear it. You can hear it right there. Sounds like we're right out there in nature, which is pretty awesome. Got that. Got the clouds. Got the fireplace if you want to get a little bit cozy coming this winter. It's about to get cold right here in the Midwest. But we do have Apple's Health and Headspace. I'm pretty sure you guys heard of Headspace. You know, the whole trend with the meditation and, awareness and mindfulness going on in the media. I mean, it's an awesome thing. It's great to improve our consciousness and raise our positivity. So I would recommend Headspace if you want to get some calm action on. Going into notes, we do have Evernote. Sheets is where I, make up budget plans and stuff. You guys ask how I get these phones. Well, budget your money right and you can get whatever you want in this life. So go over here. And in education, I do have Kindle, iBooks, and Udemy. Udemy is an application where you can go ahead and take online courses. And then over here in Google, I do keep a list of Google apps, except for the Zillow app. I just put that there. But I got Google Maps, Google Docs for writing up reviews, Gmail for replying to, of course, Gmails or emails. And in YouTube, it's YouTube. And then Studio is basically to go reply to your guys' comments, check stats, check things, analytics, things, who's watching the video, stuff like that. It's just kind of statistics based stuff in Studio. But if you're a YouTube creator, go ahead and download Studio. It could help you out to reply to your, subscribers and your fans and everybody on the channel really easily on the go. Over here in my creative bench, I like to keep iMovie for editing movies or videos straight off the iPhone. I haven't used it yet, but if I ever need it when I'm out, I will go ahead and I use iMovie. It's not about having the highest equipment and gear. It's about utilizing the resources that you already have and making the best out of that. So if you, for example, all you have an iPhone to shoot video, you don't have the money to buy a big expensive Mark V Canon 5D or whatever, just go ahead and download iMovie, use your iPhone and start editing from here. You need to learn how to do that, watch tutorials on YouTube. They will help you out. Maybe I'll make one eventually if you guys request a iMovie. GarageBand for messing around with music. I'm not really heavy on making music. I like music. I love music, like listening to it, putting it together with video. But in terms of just creating it, I'm not really heavy on that. But I do like to play with it once in a while. Canva is a graphic design photo tool. So basically creating thumbnails, business cards, Photoshop things, graphic design, poster boards, things. You can create that all from Canva. Square is for making squared out pictures for Instagram. Now Instagram did include a feature to fix that, but Square is pretty awesome. Over here in my social folder, I like to keep Patreon. Become a patron if you like. I'll leave the link down below. It's to support the channel with a little donation outside of YouTube, which helps us even more to get things on the channel. And you don't have to, but if you want to, you can go ahead. Facebook, and you can follow me on Facebook. I have links to all these social platforms down below. If Then That is basically an awesome social sharing tool. If you have multiple social networks and you want to share to, like, say Twitter, it'll say if I share it to Twitter, you can set it to if I share it to Twitter, then it will share to that, which would be Facebook. So you can set it up for multiple, social networks, and if you share it to Instagram, it'll share it automatically to Twitter. So it's a pretty awesome application there. So you might want to try that one out. So pretty awesome. Saves you some time, and I'm all about saving time. Over here, Meme Droid is for when I want to, I get bored. I hardly ever get bored, but when I do, or when I'm taking a shit, maybe I'll look at Meme Droid right there. Twitter, of course, Twitter and Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I post things that's going on throughout the day on Instagram. Coming out, let's go into utilities. I do have Geekbench, Lyrium Info. I downloaded this app to find out which chip I had on the iPhone, if I had the Samsung or the TMC, Chipgate. It really doesn't matter. I found out that I do have the TSMC model. It really doesn't matter. All iPhones are pretty solid, regardless if you have the Samsung chip or not. But I just thought it was interesting, and I loved checking out that specky stuff and things like that. ADT Paul is just a security system. You might have a different security system for your home and stuff of that nature. App Store, Speed Test for speed testing. You've seen this application featured in many videos. Settings, calculator, and clock. Now, coming out, I do have online stores, which is Amazon, Groupon, Best Buy, and eBay. I do shop at Best Buy a lot, Amazon and eBay quite a bit. Groupon for when I want to look for more experience-based shopping, so like a tour in the city or something like that, or an awesome restaurant day. That's pretty awesome too. Over here in music, I do keep Sonata for classical music. Firefox I actually use to hop in the YouTube application and play a song and come out, because it doesn't stop playing in the background like it does for YouTube now, because they have that YouTube Red subscription. So I just use that for that until they've banned that. Eventually they'll probably ban it, but for now it's pretty cool. And Play Music there, I do use Play Music, not a Play Music subscription. I don't really listen to music all day, so I don't find a subscription base worth it for me. But over here under Tech, I do have Tech Today, which basically is awesome CNET application that can tell you like the most hottest 10 articles every like 6 hours. They update this or whatever, and you could see what's going on inside of the world of technology on a very nice easy to read platform. iPie Geek is a nice digestible format of technology news where you can go into digest and you can just like see all kinds of stuff that's going on. Samsung delays shipments of Galaxy Note 7 due to it exploding in somebody's pocket. So I'm glad I didn't get that phone quite yet. But over here in Apple, this is all the Apple junk I don't use right here. And that's pretty much it for my iPhone SE for the month of September 2016, guys. So that's pretty much going to wrap up this video of what is on my iPhone for the month of September 2016. If you guys enjoyed this video, please show your support by going ahead and click the like button for me. Share this video with others. That's really how we can grow the channel, is by sharing it with others. And I hope this helped you out to discover an application you might not have had on your iPhone for the month of September 2016. We will be doing this in October. So subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what kind of applications you got to share down below. Help out the community, because if you don't share, nobody cares. Anyway, this has been Nick here from Everything Tech. Have a great day wherever you are. Be sure to be well, and peace.
Hey, no, 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 hey, no, no.